Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Jonathan Mills Patrick. Welcome to another episode of Funding Simplified, where I simplify the business funding process for businesses and startups. That means whether you're taking out loans and taking on debt for your company, or whether you're working with investors and giving up equity. This entire week in the series, I've been talking about convertible notes, or different types of convertible notes. One more time, just a reminder, a convertible note is a hybrid deal where the original part of funding is a short-term debt instrument that's owed to the investor. It has a maturity date and it accrues interest. And the flip side is equity, where the investor at a later date can convert that debt or the amount owed to them into equity in the business. Generally, they would do that if the business is growing as they hope it would. If it's not, they'd probably leave it as debt and recoup their payment. On Wednesday, we talked about the SAFE funding instrument designed by the Y Combinator incubator folks, and a little bit of a different spin on a convertible note, taking advantages of the benefits, meaning pushing the valuation down the line, avoiding having to add a board member to your board of directors, and also the simplification of the legal documents. And today I want to talk about that a little bit more in terms of what's called a KISS funding round. Just like the folks at Y Combinator that designed the SAFE funding, Simple Agreement for Future Equity funding arrangement, the folks at 500 Startups, another popular incubator, have designed what they call a KISS funding agreement, which is a Keep It Simple Security. And they designed that to do the same thing the SAFE did. It is much like a convertible note. It takes the best parts of it and eliminates the others. Eliminates the need for a maturity date, eliminates the need for an interest rate. One of the things that the folks at 500 Startups did with their KISS funding agreement is they broke up their main, I don't know if this is entirely true, but their main, what appears to be one of their main focuses was to not just change the structure of how the funding works, but really make the legal documents a lot simpler. So one of the challenges with any sort of startup funding is the legal costs that can be associated with different types of funding. You're usually spending anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 on an attorney to get a funding round closed. And that's okay if you're closing millions upon millions of dollars, but if you're only closing $500,000 and you're spending that much in legal costs, it can eat into your funds. The folks at 500 Startups appear to be very focused on the legal side of the documents. And even on their website that we'll link to in the notes, they have the documents already, sample documents already there for you. It is broken up by whether you're going to go the pure debt route or the equity route. But it seems to make it a lot easier. Their documents are about 10 pages or less, and they have standard covenants and agreements in there. It allows for some flexibility with the KISS funding arrangement, but not too much. So there's ability to make it a little bit flexible, but not too customized to make it convoluted and take more time to close like a traditional convertible note can be. So lots of different funding mechanisms coming out lately with these incubators, figuring out how to do things smarter and safer. A KISS, just another type of convertible note with some really good legal documents and legal examples behind it that you can then use to arrange for your funding. One note on all these types of funding, even though these documents exist and these companies have put them out there, it's still always a good idea to at least spend a little money with your startup attorney and have them look it over, make sure it addresses all of your needs. Hope this information has helped you. We'll talk to you next week. Take care.